All right, everyone, welcome to Wednesday night with the IWM Cup Series here on the IWM Broadcast Network. I'm Rick Sousa here in the booth with Jeff Nini. And Jeff, we are in Texas at COTA.
I have been looking forward to this race, Rick. I love watching road courses. I hate driving them. So tonight we don't have to drive, but we get the broadcast, and so we get to watch it, and it ought to be a fun evening.
Absolutely. So the drivers have been out practicing pretty much for the last half hour, trying to get ready to qualifying. Qualifying here is 2 laps, so we've got an extended qualifying period. But Jeff, we've got lots to talk about. So they're about to go qualifying in just a moment or two. We'll go ahead and start covering all the things that we got to get caught up on. First, one of the things that we do focus on here is that there are a lot of teams this year with 40 drivers. We've got lots of teams here, 4-man teams, and not only are they competing for the individual championship here with the IWM Cup Series, there is cash money rewards for team championships and team success. So here we've got the current standings.
Oh boy. Ball's out leading the way in P1 at 211 points. Elite MTSP with 205, not too far behind there. In the third spot, 1320 Enterprise at 197. GOAT Diecast with 126 points in fourth. SEM 1 is 120 points, right on the heels of GOAT Diecast. They're in fifth, and the Misfit Mafia in sixth with 114 points, Rick.
Yeah, they're doing really well. Teams are pretty close. Of course, this is only our third event of the season, but so far the team events are doing well. But once we get talking about team events, let's cover quickly just where we are as the drivers are about to go qualify. Let's go on to our current stats and where our drivers are. Man, Andrew Paleschi has he's currently on top of and leading the points. He's got a win already, and Michael Anthony right there on nipping at his heels, just 7 points behind. Marcus Adams there, Zach Lindgren, Jared Wishin, Kyle Smalley, Aaron Jackson. Good showing this year with Aaron Jackson, Max Caldwell, Aiden Lucas, Austin Call. That's your top 10. You've got Jeremy Brown, Jordan Weaver, Alex Linney, Walker Thomas, and Calvin Allison all right there. That's your top 15 here in the season so far. But then again, we're only 2 races down with a ton more to go.
Yeah, a lot of racing yet to come this year, and we'll try to keep you apprised as to when we talk about like Andrew Paleschi, as we're talking about him. We'll try to keep you up to speed on what uh, team they're a part of and how that will affect the team standings as well as the individual standings. But I think everybody's focused right now on the individual standings with all the new rules and back to the chase type of a format. So it ought to be interesting tonight.
Absolutely. So one of the things we know that we've got some drivers who are just out there and they're just doing their thing and they're more oval guys, but we've also got a number of drivers who just love road courses, and we'll see how that plays out tonight. We don't know who our road course ringer is here, but we do know we've got a couple of substitutions.
Yeah, that's right. You were telling me about those earlier. John Ledger's got somebody filling in for him tonight, right?
Yep, that's going to be Zach Ward filling in for John Ledger. And Lilith Peters, a previous champion here in this series, comes back and drives for Todd Merkel in that familiar number 2 that Todd drives.
Let's see. Yeah, she's on practice anyway. She was well. No, they've reshuffled the live timing here, so I don't know whose speeds were what, but it's going to be interesting to see how they do. Lilith is good all the time. When I've had the pleasure of racing against her, and usually was looking at her taillights but not for very long. She just was gone. She'd pass me and away she went. But great driver. And then a lot of other good drivers in here tonight and some new ones too, some that I'm not familiar with. Um, Having raced with the IWM series for a couple years, I didn't race last year or this year. And so a lot of guys in here, new names that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, a lot of new names and faces that we'll do our best to bring to you tonight. And we're covering a road race is a little bit different. Let's go back and take a peek at just what the race info is for today's event.
Yeah, that's Nope, I can't read that one now. My screen went fuzzy. Sorry, the race rundown. 48 laps tonight with a stage break at lap, and I can't read that.
16. Uh,
16.
Yep, two additional sets of tires in the pits. There are no fast repairs. We will have some green-white checkers. Let's hope we don't have to use any of those tonight. And fuel window somewhere between 22 and 25 laps. It's a little warm here in Texas. It's 80 degrees air temp, but 100 plus degrees on the track.
Wow. That's going to enter into only having two extra sets of tires. They'll take one at the stage break, and then probably the other set at their next pit stop, which will come sometime in that stage two section. But that doesn't leave them any. So if you spin or if you flat spot your tires bad, that's going to come into play.
Absolutely. Right now, we are seeing some time. It's beginning to populate right now. Matthew Wood with Goat Racing Customs is putting himself on top of the board. We'll see how where that time holds up for the poll. But that's kind of a very critical thing. Let's take that opportunity to cover just the keys for today's event.
Yeah, number one, brake management. Anytime you get to a road course, man, you are using brakes all the time, and you've got to be careful, or you're gonna wear your brakes out. You're gonna get them hot. They're not going to function properly. And iRacing does such a good job of mimicking what the Cup cars do in real life. So these guys are really going to have to pay attention on brake management tonight.
Yeah, you'll definitely get some brake fade in the 17 separate corners these drivers will have to compete in.
Yeah, that corner exit is going to be a big deal. That's our second key to the race. Your corner exit is where you determine whether you're going to have speed to make that next straightaway run or not. Because if you get in too hot, you lose all your momentum, and then you're trying to recover, and you've lost speed and you've lost momentum as you do that. So guys are going to have to be careful. They're going to have to not overdrive the corner so they can get a good clean exit under power.
Yeah, I think lap time here at COTA is really built on the corner exit and your ability to drive off after that corner.
Absolutely. Number three, track position and qualifying. That's what we're watching right now. It is tough to pass in road courses. So, track position is going to be key, and qualifying is where you get that track position to start with. So, you'll see some strategy play out a little bit later in the race, but man, the best thing you can do to help yourself is to get a good spot in qualifying.
Yeah, COTA, being this is the NASCAR West uh, uh, layout for COTA, which is a little bit different than the normal track. COTA's overall length for F1 is 3.41 miles. Here with the NASCAR West layout, it's 2.35, but it drives a little bit better for this series. The other thing that does make COTA challenging is that the passing zones. You've really got to find these strategic locations to make those passing zones because they're few and far between, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. When I was watching the broadcast on Sunday, I think there were three main passing zones that were good passing zones, and then they had a couple that were not so good, and then they had a couple. They had another three that were do not attempt to pass on this corner,
Right.
and a couple times you saw guys that maybe didn't listen, didn't pay attention, and did not have a good outcome.
Well, and also, we will have a restart here, and turn one is always the most treacherous. You've got this wide funnel that could really just drives all these cars, and you wind up with this heavy braking chaos that can occur as these drivers attempt to make that super sharp left-hand turn into turn one. So we'll see how that goes, and also protecting that inside line in turn 12. We'll call out all of these for you as we continue now. But right now, I think for the most part, drivers have finished qualifying, although I think there's about a minute or so left in the qualifying opportunities for drivers. I'm not sure where we are. Let's see if there's anybody still left on track. Yeah, Lilith Peters is still finishing up. And I think Justin Horton is on track right now as well. Those are the last two drivers at this point. Justin Horton just wound up in the
Yeah,
grass.
he wanted to see if that safer barrier was really safe. Yeah, it's interesting on most of the tracks that we run in this series. There is not a big time gap between first and 10th or first and even last place in qualifying. But here, right now, before qualifying ends, we have probably looks like about a 12, 13-second gap between first place and last place. So that is a huge swing when you talk about doing that over an entire race. So it takes a special talent and a very different talent to run a road race as it does compared to running an oval.
Well, and certainly here it's going to be even more challenging because with that kind of gap, with the 48 laps that we have, you're going to find that those fast drivers up at the front will end up having to work their way through lap traffic and try to be successful. So,
Yep.
all right, I think we are about to get gridded up here, Jeff.
Yeah, qualifying is over now. It's like they're getting the field set, getting ready to show us the final results.
Yep, still waiting for drivers to get on the track at this point.
Here's a great shot of that uphill going into turn one
Oh
right
yeah,
there. You can
yep.
just, man, big elevation change. And like you said, that it's wide at the top, and then just as you start the corner, it narrows down quickly.
All right, so let's go ahead and show our grid here.
And there's starting good Matthew Wood on the pole for tonight's race. Austin Call alongside him in row one. Row two is Kyle Smalley, P3, and Justin Lewis in P4. P5 is Lilith Peters. We talked about her a little bit earlier, alongside Walker Thomas. Then comes Andrew Pileshi in P7, Maxwell Caldwell in that 94 car. Next is Ty Bostic in ninth and Aiden Lucas in 10th.
All right, and now in P11 and row 6, you've got Zach Lindgren and Jordan Weaver. In row 7, you've got Marcus Adams and Jared Wishon. Row 8, you've got Garrett Johnson and Chuck Van Scoik. Row 9, Roberto Ramirez and Michael Anthony. And in row 10, Jeremy Brown and J.R. Houston.
In row 11, P21, Zach Ward and William Carr in the second. Next, we have Samuel Harrell and Christoph Hall. Row 13, Aaron Jackson, Bud Shearer. We'll hope that's a lucky row for them tonight. Maurice Bennett and Alex Linney in row 14. And in row 15, we've got Justin Horton and David Watts.
All right, back at the tail end of the pack, you've got Brian L. Jones and Matthew Greichen. In row 17, Nathan Yarnell, Cody Sturgill. Row 18, Luke Bullard and Casey Herschel. Row 19, our final row, you've got Pete Woodrum and Marco Berube. That's our starting field for today's event. Thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. We appreciate all of you who are out there. If you have the opportunity to click that subscribe button and join our broadcasting family, we certainly would appreciate that. We'll keep you up to date with all kinds of opportunities and events happening here, especially our our Wednesday and Thursday night series.
Some awful good racing here on the IWM Broadcast Network.
All right, so as the field will make their way around here, let's bring up a track map to kind of keep you seeing just what we've got here. It's like our pace car has peeled off as our field makes it to the start-finish line. Good view of this tight field working their way up into turn 1. And the green flag flies here at COTA in the Duramax Grand Prix.
Here we come into turn 1. They're going to bunch up tight here.
3 wide.
Ooh. Thankfully, there's a lot of runoff on that turn, and they are not penalized for using that. Matthew Ward out to a good jump.
Matthew Ward comes up a pretty good lead to that corner worker, really working really hard there. Again, the only official caution that will come out will happen at that stage break. There's only local cautions that occur here, and that will be in the corners themselves.
Yeah, the road races are so much different than the ovals in the rules and the way. I've heard crew chiefs talk about it, where you plan your strategy from the end backwards, and just so many different things. It's a whole new animal, and NASCAR has historically wasn't big on road racing, but lately over the last several years they've been doing more of it. Matthew Wood, Kyle Smalley, Austin Call, Walker Thomas, and Justin Lewis make up the top 5 right now. They're running, top 5's running about just a little over a 4-second gap from 1st to 5th. You can see them spread out there as they come into turn 1 again.
Drivers pretty hard on the brakes there as they go in. This is one of the more challenging corners on the track, as they work their way through the S's.
I had a chance to drive COTA once in a full motion sim, and the stress it puts on your body is unbelievable.
I'd be looking for a Dramamine after that.
Yeah. A few times I had to slow down and let my body catch up to what was going on.
All right, so far 2 laps complete here in stage 1.
Matthew Wood locked up the brakes there on that last turn. Got a little bit of tire smoke there.
Matthew Wood's got himself a pretty good gap. Let's make sure we pick up that gap information here. Almost 3 seconds ahead of Kyle Smalley here.
And he's pulling away at a good clip. Probably about a 1/10 every 4 or 5 seconds. Matthew Wood with GOAT Racing Customs has figured out COTA. He's
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
launched himself to a great start here. And then the cars bunch up maybe a little bit behind him, but there's still, there's big gaps in there too.
Matthew's teammate, Aiden Lucas, is currently sitting in fourth.
And then Christoph Hall is the next one. He's down in 17th. Aaron Jackson in 19th. And Cody Sturgill down in the 29th spot. Samuel Harrell rounds out that team. He's looks like 2 laps down in 36th. I'm guessing he must have some issues there to be 2 laps down already.
Well, I think there were at least a driver or two did have a couple of penalties coming out of Echo Park, and they may have been to start in the pits. That may have hurt them.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So biggest movers right now, Luke Bullard up 14 spots. He qualified back in the tail end of the field, and here he is currently showing in 21st.
Yeah, that's a great graphic there that kind of spells out how the guys are doing this. Marco Berube up 10, Nathan Yarnell up 6, J.R. Houston, and they're bouncing around there at the bottom now, gaining 6 spots. So it's good to keep track of who is making hay while the sun shines, because that's going to get them back into what we talked about earlier, and that was track position. If they can gain that many spots early on, they're putting themselves in a very good position to have a good finish here at COTA. Whoa, a little bit of action there.
Yep, that's Aaron Jackson spinning right there. He was in a tight battle with Ty Bostic for a while there, but unfortunately, turn 1 bit him hard.
And boy, it's so easy on that turn to overdrive it. You're coming uphill. You don't have a good look at the corner until you're right there, and you've got to you got to know your marks and hit your marks, and get off the gas and onto the brakes at the right time. If you overdrive that corner, you see it right there. Boy, it goes in deep, and when you have to turn that sharp, you're losing all your momentum. The car slows down so much that then your next straightaway, your speed is off on that because you got such a poor exit off the corner.
Well, right now, Matthew Wood is putting on a masterclass. He is up over 5.65 seconds ahead of Kyle Smalley. And the field is just trailing off behind. Even with these guys, once you get past Andrew Pileshi here, currently sitting in 7th, he is up over 5 seconds ahead of Jared Wishin, who's currently back here in 8th. So again, these guys who have been successful on road courses, they're really showing themselves here. Wood, Smalley, Austin Call, Aiden Lucas, Justin Lewis, Walker Thomas, Andrew Pileshi, Jared Wishin, Max Caldwell, and Jordan Weaver all out there, super successful here. But still, Matthew Wood is out in front, and he is kicking it.
Yeah, at this rate, he just has to just maintain. Can take it easy on his tires, doesn't have to push it, takes it easy on his brakes, all the things that we talked about. He's got track position. When we talked about the keys to the race, he's nailed all 3 of them. And look at the impact that's having. Almost 5.5 second lead right now.
We're on board with Matthew Wood right now. You can see how aggressively he is driving. He's using every little bit. He's just caught some of those drivers who were struggling here, and now he's going to figure out how to get around them as he's approaching turn 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't tell. Is that probably Samuel Harrell in front of him in the 43?
That's 87 of Pete Woodrum. He just went around.
Okay.
And somebody's in the grass off track. I think that's David Watts. We have one retiree. Marcus Adams has retired. This track is, these are part of the NASCAR circuit. This league does everything it can to mimic exactly what happens on Sunday. They hold their race, so if like they were at COTA this Sunday, this league is here on Wednesday. Our Thursday night series does it the Thursday before. So last Thursday they were at COTA. We did COTA on Sunday in real life, and here we are in the IWM Cup Series here on Wednesday nights. That said, this Cup Series has, I guess, around 6 road courses this year, and it's just part of the skill that and the racecraft you've got to master to be successful.
And it takes a lot of practice. Running a road course, as we've talked about tonight, is so different from running an oval, a short track, intermediate, super speedway, whatever it might be. And it takes a lot of effort and a long time to really master that craft.
Looking back here with Kyle Smalley and Austin Call. Austin Call is the 11. He's right behind Kyle. And that's a battle for second. Austin Call is not far behind, just about half a second on his tail. And he's really closing that gap in these corners.
Yeah, no surprise here. Matthew Wood has the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:37. So he's jumped out in front of everybody here. He's up to about a 9-second, almost 10-second lead now.
Austin Call is right on the bumper of Kyle Smalley here. Each of these corners they're going into, it really is a battle. All it takes is picking the wrong braking point. You're going to wind up losing that position.
Yeah, David Watts now the last car on the lead lap, and probably he's only about 10 seconds in front of the leader. I take that back. He is about 10 seconds in front of the leaders. So he's likely to go a lap down here shortly. Alex Linney is the first car 1 lap down.
If he stays there, he'll get that back at the stage break.
Yeah.
All right, as Kyle Smalley and the top 6 drivers, actually the top 7 drivers, we can't count out Matthew Wood, who's got such an incredible lead right now, about 11 seconds on top of second place.
Those cars going through the S's right there. That's a very technical part of the track. You come through there at a high rate of speed, and then you have to slow down for that corner right at the end of the S's.
This field is definitely spread out everywhere. Trying to keep an eye on Matthew Wood as he has just passed David Watts. So David Watts is now, let's go back and take a look here. Yeah, David Watts is now the lucky dog candidate for on that restart. So at the stage.
And he and Alec Linney just went off track. I'm not sure what happened to them.
See the 42's in the grass right there.
Yep, David in the 54 was there with him.
David's got it back underway. Pete Woodrum has had his share of incidents. Getting it back going here. Again, this is a very technical track, and if your forte is turning left, this is a whole lot more to figure out here.
It's interesting in an oval track, even though your corners are different, they're usually similar enough that you can get into a real rhythm, and it's so much tougher to get into a rhythm on a road course like this because every corner is so different. You have some corners that are sharp. You have several 90-degree corners like the one you're looking at right now. But then you'll have other corners, not only are they a different angle, but you'll be turning right instead of turning left. Here's one coming up. You can see these cars having to heavy brake to make this sharp right-hand turn and back hard into the gas to get into the S's here. Great in-car view right there.
So Kyle Smalling was as slow as 40 miles an hour as he made that corner, and then right back on the gas and try and get back up, but not too much because you're going to wind up overdriving the corner in the car.
Yeah, you see he got a little loose on entry there. Well, they use every bit of this track too.
See that shot as he crosses the start-finish line and heads up into turn one.
Looks like he's driving right into a wall. That's how steep that hill is. And there you can't see the turn at all until you're in it. That's a very, very tough corner.
We'll stick with Kyle as he works his way through the S's. Get a chance you can take advantage a little bit of the curbs and humps there. It's not too terribly upsetting. You can hear him downshift and leverage that engine torque to slow down versus just stomping on the gas.
You're seeing exactly what the driver sees in this shot right here, and you can see how tough this course is to drive because so many of your corners are blind corners. Like, it's hard to see what the outcome of that corner is as you're entering it. You think of these cars are usually running 180, sometimes 190 miles an hour on some of these oval courses that we run, and here they don't even get over 100 very often. But I think the G-forces are even more wicked because of the sharpness of the corners, the heavy braking, heavy acceleration. It just puts a lot of strain on the car and on the driver.
Just looking through the field right now, this is Lilith Peters right now with the 45 of Jordan Weaver making their way through the start-finish line, working their way up. Looking a bit farther back, so Michael Anthony with Balls Out Racing. He's currently sitting in 14th position. Zach Ward, who in the 19, he's subbing for John Ledger. John, I know you're under the weather. Appreciate you letting Zach take your ride for tonight's event. And Ty Bossig's back there, currently sitting in 17th. A little off the pace. We started a little bit better. He's down 8 spots. So you kind of fill through the field. This is William Corinne. Let's bring up some driver information. The 81 of William Corinne.
Yeah, Rockingham. Yeah. I think there's a racetrack there too.
There just might be. Yeah.
Driving a Chevy Camaro, that ZL1 you saw in the box there. And now Aaron Jackson in that Ford Mustang from Ashland, Ohio, running 23rd and at number 12.
That's Maurice Burnett in that number 8 Toyota Camry, LaGrange, North Carolina. back a little farther to. This is K.C. Herschel in the 49. Port Clinton, Ohio. Definitely up a few spots. He started 36th back of the field, now up to 27th.
It's so tough when you get started. We talked about this in the pre-race. If you start towards the back without a good quality, whoa! Cody just spun it out into the gravel there. Keeps it going and gets it back on the track. That was a great save.
Lost a little time, but not a position,
Yeah.
so kept it together.
So when we were talking, when you start at the back of the field, it is just so difficult to make up time because the guys running in front of you have a little bit cleaner track, and it's just they're just constantly pulling away from you, making every lap making it tougher and tougher for you to gain ground.
Back up front, back up front is Matthew Wood here out in front. There are 4 laps to go in this stage. Matthew Wood is got a 10-second lead over Kyle Smalley, and I don't know if anything can really change that at this point. He started on the pole and stayed there so far. But in second, Kyle Smalley is back there, and he's had Austin Call right on his bumper the whole time. On board with Austin Call, that should be interesting. Oh, attempted a pass for position.
It's going to be on the outside here. It's going to be tough, but it does the over-under. That leaves him in a bad spot for the next corner, but tags in behind him there. Follows him through.
Great battle between these two drivers, the 11 and the 51. Again, this is for position. This is for second place. Austin Call has been continuously creeping up, and right now it's anybody's ball game for that second place position.
Yeah, it's like we talked about at the beginning. It is so tough to pass. You only have a few opportunities each lap. Went into the pits. He's pitting early. In a short pit.
Maybe you have to. One thing we don't know is we don't have any insight as to fuel. It's our understanding that you could make it to the stage, but maybe you can't.
Yeah, may depend on your driving style. If you're hard on the gas rather than easing into it, or if you keep it to the floor and then jam on the brakes, if you're hard on the brakes at the end, going into a corner. Yeah, there are ways that the drivers can save fuel, maximize their speed still, and some guys do a great job of it. Some guys have a tougher time.
Well, we'll stay with Matthew Wood here, see if he needs to jump into the pits.
He just about has enough of a lead to be able to make a pit stop and get back out in front of second place.
I know it's pretty
15
close.
Seconds right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this stop for these drivers will be a 4-tire full fuel stop, which is just around 12, 13 seconds.
Yeah, so Matthew Wood is an example. His last lap is 3 seconds off his best lap. And I see some that are even worse. Austin Call in second place. He's about 3.5 to 4 seconds. Justin Lewis just pitted just now. He's about 2 seconds off. So you can see the tires going away. They put there's. You say, well, it's only 16 laps. Yeah, it's only 16 laps, but it's hard cornering, hard braking, and The laps are over 2 miles long, so it's not like running a short track.
Justin Lewis
So
on
there's,
pit road.
yeah, we're starting to see a few guys now. Here we are on lap 15. A few guys pit. We don't know if it's because of fuel or just they want a short pit to try to get a little better track position. That's one way you can do that.
All right, so how this stage will work is the pits will be closed. Probably about now, the pits are closed, and then with 2 laps to go, at the end of the 16th lap, the last point winning car, which would be the 10th place as they cross the lap for the 17th lap, then the caution will fly. So right now, that 10th place position, I believe, is Jordan Weaver back here in the 45.
Bud Shear in that 93 just went off track just a minute ago, but got back on quickly.
Yeah, easy to do here. There is a lot of runoff in these areas that you could just, run off the track and recover. But it's again, it's momentum, it's time, it's getting back on and being successful. Right now, Matthew Wood has his hands full. He's got a number of lap down drivers that are in front of him as he's trying to work through and work around. And he's got to work. He's got a plan to stay out of trouble. Now, a couple of those drivers right there spinning right in front of him.
Yeah.
Those are teammates, all part of GOAT racing. So, the last thing you want is to be taken out by your teammate.
Boy, I'll say. That is one thing I do like about road racing, and that's the very, very few cautions.
Yep.
Other than local cautions, but nothing to slow down the pace of the race by very much.
If I could stay on the track during a road course, that would be great.
Yeah, same here. I spend more time in the runoff area than on the track, I think.
I think that's the 99. I'm not sure. I think that's the 99 that was in front of Matthew. We're trying to. 93, sorry.
Well, we are into lap 17 now, and the caution has not come out yet.
And,
and I spoke it into existence.
Right. So once Matthew Wood crossed that timer, we had to wait for the 10th place car, which was Jordan Weaver, to make his way around and get it. So the caution flies here at lap 17 for our stage break. Give these drivers a chance. Now, you're right. I mean, I don't know how a number of drivers who we saw up front, Kyle Smalley, Andrew Palesci, Justin Lewis, those guys came in around lap 13, 14. We'll see how this all plays out.
Yeah, once the caution flies, it takes quite a while for these cars to get all the way around a full lap on this track. Well, the one thing this will do is you can take that 15-second lead that Matthew Wood had and throw it out the window. The cars will be all bunched up again on this restart. But I think he has a pretty good idea of how his car is handling and obviously knows this track well.
He sure does.
They pick up the pace car here now, coming up into turn one.
See Austin Call there, right with Matthew Wood.
So it looks like our top 10 at this point in time. Matthew Wood in that 21 Chevrolet is your leader. Austin Call came in second in stage one. Walker Thomas was third. Jared Wishon fourth. Aiden Lucas in fifth. Maxwell Caldwell in sixth. Garrett Johnston in seventh. Zach Lindgren in eighth. Lilith Peters made a great comeback there up to ninth. And Jordan Weaver finished out in the top 10.
As soon as we get our official from Race Control, our stage information, we'll pass that along to you. Let you know how your driver did if he was up there contending for stage points. We do know that Matthew Wood won that stage.
See the field beginning to bunch up now. They get ready to make their caution flag pit stop here. Everybody will be getting as much fuel as they can stuff in that tank, along with 4 new tires. And we'll see those speeds jump up a little bit in these next several laps.
We'll try to speak with a driver or two once they get their pit stop done before we go back to green flag racing here. But don't want to interrupt them as they're working their way onto pit road. And
there we go. Time to come into the pits. 4 tires and fuel for just about everybody, I assume. Looks like Kyle Smalley stayed out.
Yeah, he had
Ball's
gone
out
in
racing.
well, and he went in at lap 13.
Yep.
That was the strategy. Andrew
Palesci, same thing. Justin Lewis went in at lap 14. So they are now in positions 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, they gave up those stage points for getting up front.
Yep.
Let's see if we can grab Andrew Palesci here and see if we can move him into the broadcast booth. Hey, Andrew, it's Rick and Jeff up in the booth. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir. How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing out there?
Oh, I'm just trying to survive. Be kind of quick.
Well, we saw you guys took that opportunity to go in a little early, give up the stage points, but get a better position on the second part of the race.
Yeah, I figured, what the hell, might as well try it. I feel like I could have gotten around that one car, I think 34 on the longer run there, so I figured I'd try to jump him here. So hopefully it pays off. We'll see what happens, though.
Well, good luck to you, and hopefully talk to you at the end.
Hopefully. Thanks, guys.
You got it.
You got Andrew Palesci and teammate Justin Lewis. Even though they went in, they pitted on different laps. They ended up coming out together, and so So they got teammates running together there in second and third.
Let's see if we can grab our leader, Matthew Wood here. Matthew, got your ears on?
Yep, got my ears on.
All right. Let's Rick and Jeff up in the booth. A heck of a first start of the race, qualified in the pole. Led all of that, won the stage points, but now you got some cars in front of you.
Yeah, it got a little closer at the end. I was just trying to let lap cars by, be courteous to the lap cars. I know it'll be a pain for them to get back on the lead lap, so just trying to be a little bit nice to them. I played it out perfectly with Bud, but I think, it'll be a little bit tight on fuel, so it'll be interesting to see who's going to try and save that and who's not. I don't know. Hopefully, I can have big enough of a lead to where I don't have to, if I pit, then I don't even have to really worry about that. But pit road's pretty long here. It's easy to make mistakes. Back ends try to come out a couple times. I've drifted in the intersection a couple times, so hopefully we can just get it going here. Done 90 laps here in the past week in an open set, but it feels completely different on a fix. So I've just been having to kind of handle that out and try not to wreck the car a couple times.
Matthew, you mentioned the part. Let me back up a minute. You had a 15-second lead there for a while, and what is different about your car and your style of driving that you're able to put out that kind of a lead? I mean, that's about a second a lap that you're putting on people.
Yeah, I don't really know. It's just a lot of experience on the road in general. Like, I'm an oval guy, yeah, but I'm definitely better on the road than I am on ovals, in my opinion. I don't know, really. I think it's the braking, just the technique in general, the willingness to take it as far to track limits as I possibly can, and just having comfortability with the car, especially floaty cars on road. I mean, I've won the 24 Hours of Le Mans and one of the mid-splits twice, Sebring. I mean, I've won just about all the special events, including Nürburgring on iRacing. Of course, I mean, They haven't been high splits, but yeah. I have a lot of fun on the road, and I think that's what really helps, is that experience in other series, as much as they are different.
Well, congratulations on your success today. We hope to talk to you at the end of the race.
All right, God bless everybody. Thank you.
Definitely has some road course experience, doesn't he?
He does, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, that's Matthew Wood. Let's go back to where we're at right now. Kyle Smalley is out in charge. So I think we had it pretty good. What I've got here for that stage is winning is Wood. Second was Austin Call. Walker Thomas third. Jared Wish in fourth. Aiden Lucas in fifth. Max Caldwell in sixth. Garrett Johnson seventh. Zach Lindgren in eighth. Lilith Peters in ninth. And Jordan Weaver in 10th.
And there you have the official results.
As best we can determine.
Yeah. As we get ready for the pace car to head for pit lane, these guys are all doubled up now and ready to go racing again.
All right, Kyle Smalley will be in charge of this restart again, just like when we started this race. You've got 38 or so competitors all funneling down into turn number one, which is always a challenge.
Yeah, so this time Matthew Wood is on the outside, where when he started the race he was on the pole, so he was on the inside. There goes the pace car. So let's see how they do accelerating up the hill and going into that blind turn one. This will be exciting.
Here we go. Green flag flies. We're back underway here at COTA. Second part of this race, 21 of 48 laps complete. There's the 11 of Austin Call there, blinking for a second.
Kyle Smalley gets a good jump on everybody.
Oh, 7. Ooh. Justin Lewis goes wide in the runoff, makes it back in as they go through the S's.
That gives Matthew Wood a good shot to get in front of him, though, and there he clears him soundly. They make that sharp left turn. Looked like his car bounced or something. It was very weird looking when he went off track there.
Yeah, he's got to contend with traffic and currently sitting in third with the 7 of Justin Lewis right on his bumper. If I'm Justin Lewis, I've seen this kid, Matt Wood, just really dominate the first part of this race. I'm going to take every opportunity to learn as much as I can.
Yeah. Get on his bumper and follow him.
Yeah, take me to school.
Yeah. Matthew got a little squirrely, got a little loose coming off of that corner. Turn 17. Heading uphill for turn 1.
Yeah, looking at Kyle Smalley here, he's out in front. He's got about a second lead over second place Andrew Pileshi.
That clean air makes a big difference.
Yep, he's got that, and he can just kind of drive his race. Doesn't have to pay attention to anything at the moment, but eventually he's going to wind up with somebody on his tail. Christoph Hall is just off track. And it's so easy to do here. He's getting it back together, but he's a little bit off pace. Oh, going around right in front.
Ooh.
That's the 94 for sure. 46, I believe, also involved. 94 is Maxwell Caldwell. 98 is right there. Again, that's Christoph Hall. Behind him, that's the 46 of Jeremy Brown.
Yeah, that 94 had some significant nose damage.
Yes, he does. I think a lot of these drivers back in the pack here, they're kind of the walking wounded to some extent. All right, back up front, Kyle Smalley continues to lead right now. He's got a little bit of a gap, but interesting enough, his lead over third place Matthew Wood is actually growing.
Yeah, that's kind of shocking. On the first couple laps after the restart, Matthew Wood didn't get as big a jump as I was expecting him to get. So I don't know if there's something that's different on his car or just the dirty air from the 3 cars in front of him at that point in time. But he's made his way up one spot, but still has a ways to go.
Well, in our interview with Matthew, I did hear something telling, and that was that there's a potentially a fuel saving strategy to not have to come back in again.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that works in my calculator, but
you got to save a lot of fuel.
Yeah, we're expecting that every one of these competitors will have to come down pit road once under green flag conditions here before this race is over. Now there's 24 laps remaining, 25 laps or so to go. And again, our calculation initially was just around 25 laps, 22 to 24 laps. But if you can save a little, I guess that matters.
Yeah.
So 21 has caught the 91 of Andrew Paleschi. This is for second place. And
there he goes.
Yeah, but
a little bit of brake lock up.
Yeah, I think it's going to cost him. These two are still battling. He's now holding on to it, but you're right. He kind of drove it pretty hard in the corner, locked up the brakes, gave the 91 a chance to possibly take advantage of that, but he was not able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, that's one of the secrets to passing on a road course is out-braking your opponent going into a corner, and you either brake later or brake harder or both, and sometimes that can bite you. You get a little wheel lockup like you saw there.
So the trouble in the back. You see the right front of that's Bud Shearer's 93. He's got some damage to that car there. It's working around. Ty Bostic is back on pit road. Zach Ward driving for John Ledger. Drove it pretty hard.
I wasn't in there very long. I'm betting that that's a fuel strategy. He went in now, got enough fuel that he knows he can make it to the end. You're going to see all kind of strategy play out here.
Yeah, that was a 5.95 second pit. And you're right, Jeff. I think that was the call. It's just fuel only, top off the tank, just get enough to make it to the end, and check the box.
Yep. So it looks like he's going to try to go the rest of the way on one set of tires. We'll see how that works out for Ty Bostic. He's sitting in 24th now, but he has made his pit stop.
Well, the battle now is up front because Kyle Smalley now has a rear view mirror full of Matthew Wood.
It took him a few laps, but he has made his way back up to the contention for the lead. Let's see how he does, how he sets up Kyle Smalley or tries to set up Kyle Smalley to get around him as they go through the S's here. Great view from that in-car camera from Matthew Wood.
A little bit, it caught the tire barrier there, super tight.
Yeah. Oop, there he goes. Outbroke him going into the corner. Outbraked him or outbroke him?
I think outbraked probably is the correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matthew Wood regains the lead.
Boy, and pulls out to a significant lead right away.
A lot of drama going on right here. This is for third place between Andrew Paleschi and the 7 of Justin Lewis. As these two drivers battle, they're teammates.
That's a hornet's nest I would not want to be in right at the moment.
No. Justin Lewis, Andrew Paleschi, and Maxwell Caldwell, all part of 1320 Enterprises. Go way wide now. As we watch this battle continue here. It's like that's the 11 of Austin Call trying to get by the 91 of Paleschi. Not able to do it that time. Now taking an inside position. Attempting a little crossover through the S's. seen some great racing tonight, Jeff, here with these guys.
Oh, yeah, I get engrossed and forget to talk every now and then because I'm just watching what these guys are doing. Great battle here. That 11 car of Austin Call is kind of stuck right in the middle of those two guys, although the 91 Andrew Paleshi's got a bit of a jump on him now. But man, they were really tight there for several corners, just dicing back and forth, trying to get the advantage over each other.
Right now, Matthew Wood's got about a 2-second gap between himself and Kyle Smalley there in second. But these guys are all by themselves. They've got a huge lead, 7 seconds plus. What is going on in the back here? Oh, Pete Woodrum's in the pits. It's Brian Jones back here, tail end of the field. Lots of action in the back. None of it really is good. As you know, again, some of these drivers, this is just not their. They're just here to survive. We probably should have been one of the keys for today, because if you're not a road racer and you don't get all happy, joy to be out here on a road course, you know, survival is all you got.
Yeah, we've got two cars that have been in the pits for a lengthy period of time. William Kieran in that 81 has been in there for over 29 minutes, and Matthew Grecian in that number 10 Ford has been in there for almost 40 minutes. So must have made some serious contact there that they're having to sit and wait while they get their car repaired. No quick repairs in this league.
No. You break it, you got it. So,
yeah.
Big battle here. This is, again, we focused on this earlier with Justin Lewis, Austin Call, and Andrew Paleshi here, and Walker Thomas. Those guys all right there battling. Jumping on back, Lilith Peters is back here. She's sitting in 10th place. Substituting for Todd Merkel.
And having a really good night, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, top 10 so far. Great job by Lilith.
Yep. She's got that, and was able to pick up a couple of stage points, or at least a stage point or two.
So a lot of little pebbles on the track there. I saw just a little bit ago.
Absolutely. Yeah, iRacing does a phenomenal job of trying to recreate some of the gravel that may get splashed, or the car runs through the grass, to recreate just exactly what the physics are of what happens when that occurs in real life.
Yeah, there's not a day that goes by that I'm not so impressed with the work that they do. And I guess with this new update that's coming out, is it next week or the week after, they've improved even more on the way things look, the physics behind what goes on, and they do an amazing job at making this as realistic as possible.
So Andrew Pletcher's kind of slipped back a bit. He's now sitting in 6th place. Walker Thomas has made it by. The 11 of Austin Call now on pit road. As well
Lindgren
as Zach.
Also.
Yep, they're trying to be able to splash and go. We'll see how that plays out.
You see the 91, the brake rotors glowing as he went into that last turn. You're putting some friction on those brakes when they light up red like fire.
Walker Thomas is currently sitting in 4th. He's got Justin Lewis ahead of him. So a couple balls out, competitors up in front, well, at least headed towards the front, top 5. See Kyle Smalley sitting in second, Walker Thomas sitting in fourth. Not bad really for all the balls out drivers. Jordan Weaver in 11th, Michael Anthony in 12th. Good showing for this team.
Yeah, Matthew Wood talked about trying to build up a big enough lead that he wouldn't even worry about losing a spot when he came in to get a splash of fuel. But right now he's up to about an 8-second lead, and here we are only on lap 30, so about 18 laps to go. He's got plenty of time to stretch that out even more.
Yep. The 1320 guys, Justin Lewis in third with Andrew Pileshi in fifth, and Max Caldwell back in 13th. Excellent showing for these guys.
You can really see how much clean air matters even on these road courses. That Matthew Wood, when he was stuck in traffic starting on that restart in fourth, he didn't get off to a great jump. It took him a little while to get back up to the lead. But boy, once he did, he's just moving on out. He's been able to get that lead up there to the 8 seconds we were talking about, and he'll continue to try to put it on, and hopefully be able to, for him, be able to keep that lead through all the fuel stops.
Look at Jared Wishon here, currently in 6th. Garrett Johnson right behind in the 15. Garrett's doing a whole lot better than his teammates. Admired back there, Justin Horton, Alex Linney, and Matthew Greichen still in the pits. But Matthew Wood still on top here, kind of all by his lonesome. He has got now a almost 7-second lead over Kyle Smalley. We just talked about Jared Wishon. He's now in the pits, topping off fuel. Guess that's a big question. Is Matthew Wood going to be able to just hang on to it and not go in, or with his advantage, knowing most people will come in, taking advantage of that and grab some fuel?
Yeah, you wonder if, he went from little over 8-second lead to, he was down in the 6.6, 6.7. He's up a little over 7 seconds now. Is he trying to save fuel? Is that why that lead diminished some? It's so hard to tell. That would be one sure way to do it, though, is just when you've got that lead, save fuel when you can, and not have to do that stop to try to take on a splash and go.
Yeah, I can't really tell from his driving style. I don't see him saving. He's aggressively downshifting, still using those lower gears, so there's not a lot of saving there. So I don't see it in what he's doing.
Yeah. Going up through the gears.
Kyle Smalley now on pit road.
Look at those brake rotors there. You could really see them glow.
Yep.
You get back past the first position. Then you got some guys battling it out there. Justin Lewis only has about a second over Walker Thomas, who has about half a second over Andrew Pileshi. And so those guys keeping each other honest back there.
Now with Kyle Smalley in the pits, that puts Matthew Wood out with a 16-second lead. Now that being said, yes, going in and topping off your tank is probably 5 to 7. Oh, and here we go. He's now on pit road.
You were right. He was not on a fuel-saving strategy. This is going to be interesting, though, because he's going to come out. He's not going to be, well, Justin Lewis came in, Andrew Pileshi came in.
Oh, overshot his pit slightly there. That cost him probably a second, and he's getting tires too.
Wow. All 4. He's going to be running hard the rest of the race.
Yep, that was a 16:33, a little bit longer than he probably would like to have, but
yeah,
here he goes, back out. He's going to, but he's
in third spot.
He's come out in third. Yeah,
that's amazing. Now he's 15 seconds back off the leader, but neither one of those guys have pitted yet, right?
That's correct. Walker Thomas and Garrett Johnson both came in at the stage break, and they both we would expect to go in. Chuck Van Scoik currently sitting here in 4th. He also has not pitted as well.
Matthew Wood came out 15 seconds back. He's knocked that down to 13. The car in front of him. A lot of action going on back with the around the 11 car of Austin Call again. Oh, and there the 7 just went off track, but saved it and came right back on. Justin Lewis in that number 7 Chevrolet.
Oh, spins around that 34.
Oh, yeah.
That's Aiden Lucas goes around.
Big spin there.
Well, and that that clogs up that whole corner for a second there.
Make everybody adjust their line in a hurry.
This is Walker Thomas out in front. He's got the 15 of Garrett Johnson right behind him. And they've got a little bit of gap to get to Matthew Wood. But again, both of these drivers out in front, 1 and 2, have not pitted with 14 laps to go.
Yeah, he's narrowed that gap now to 10 seconds. Now they're Walker Thomas coming in now.
Yep.
That number 15 Ford making his, or excuse me, that number 1 Toyota making his entrance into pit road. Let's see if he takes tires or just gets just enough fuel to get back out there again.
Nope, tires.
Nope. Yeah.
At least right side's going on. Jordan Weaver also on pit road.
4 tires and fuel. for Walker Thomas. That puts Matthew Wood up into second. Garrett Johnson still in the lead, has about an 8-second lead over Matthew Wood. Then you've got Kyle Smalley in third.
Good pit stop, though, for Walker Thomas. That was a 14.82 solid
boy.
stop, yeah.
Very good, very good.
A second and a half faster than Matthew Wood. So anytime you can pick up that time in the pits is a positive thing. So.
Ooh, a little bit of contact coming off that corner. 11 got tapped in the rear bumper and got a little squirrely on him there.
Still a little bit loose in the rear end. Austin Call did come in. He topped off fuel on lap 29. Well, and tires, so he's ready to go to the finish here. Currently sitting in 8th. So 2 drivers, Garrett Johnson out in front. He's showing as the leader right now. But again, Garrett has not come in yet. Matthew Wood just turned the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah. Beat his earlier fastest lap by 0.5. That's pretty good because his first fastest lap was a pretty quick one. So that's he's not done. He's working for it. We're back. Walker Thomas now finds himself in a hornet's nest. He's back there with about 4 or 5 cars, all battling to get up into that top 10.
Our lap leaders for today's event, Matthew Wood has led 26 laps. Kyle Smalley 8, Garrett Johnson 2, and Walker Thomas has led 1. Matthew Wood making his way around. He certainly stayed, as high as P1, low P4, 26 laps led, and you can see by those little orange bubbles there on that track map. Each time he's gone in 4 tires.
Stacy Heschel was off track there briefly, but was able to get it back underway again.
Michael Anthony and Max Caldwell both in the pits for their last stop, but we're still focused on Garrett Johnson here. Garrett's running some good laps here.
Yeah, he is. Last lap was 139. His best is 138, so he's staying right in there. Those tires ought to be wearing a little bit on him right now with about 10 laps to go.
Yeah, he pitted last on lap 18. That's 20 laps older. I'm expecting he's going to need to come in soon enough.
Yeah, I would say his strategy now, since Matthew Wood pitted, is he's just got to stay out and pray for a caution or, some sort of a fluke situation.
One of the challenges is when you come in, it's not just the 15 seconds or the 7 seconds you're going to spend on pit road. Really getting on and getting off is really going to consume about 45 to 48 seconds. But right now, he's got a 21-second lead over third place Kyle Smalley.
Wow.
So, he can go in and come back out. He'll still come back out in top 10.
Yeah. Yep. And the more he runs in that clean air, he can run faster laps than most of those guys back there. And it's just going to get him it's not going to put him in contention for the win, but it'll get him a much better finish spot. And that's what it's all about with the point system the way it is this year.
Looking back here, that's the 7 of Justin Lewis. He's got Jared Wishon on his tail. That's Jared. That's a battle for position. Justin Lewis is in 4th. Jared is in 5th.
And 6, 7, 8, Charles Van Schaik, Austin Call, and Walker Thomas are having a real battle back here too.
Yeah, it's like the 11 of Austin Call is trying to get around the 23.
Yep.
Oh, a little bit of contact there.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, put a bumper to him, I guess, at that point.
I think so. He got pretty aggressive there. But that moved him up into 8th spot. Now 7th.
See Andrew Pileshi right there, currently sitting in 9th. Good tight battle here. Almost a little contact there with the 85 of Zach Lindgren.
And things are tightening up at the front too. Now only a 1/10 of a second between Garrett Johnson and Matthew Wood. Oh, Matthew Wood going to the inside.
Trying to get around him. Battling here.
There he does it. Ooh, can he hold it? Nope.
They've got the 45 of headed them.
Yeah, the 21 got a great run off of that corner.
That's Jordan Weaver. Jordan's trying to stay on the lead lap here. As Matthew Wood regains the lead.
Yep. We're down to only 18 cars on the lead lap now. Several cars 1 lap down. Couple at 2, couple at 3. But yeah, on a road course it just is tough.
Matthew Wood getting by the 45 of Jordan Weaver. Goes a lap down.
Garrett Johnson. Yeah, Garrett Johnson's staying with Matthew Wood there up at the front. He's only about just a little over a second down. But like you said earlier, he's probably going to have to pit here in a little bit.
I mean, he may have just stayed out until he lost the position, and now he'll just go. I'm guessing he's going to go in. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm just pontificating. I don't really know what he's going to do. I have no clue. I've got no inside track. I can just guess.
That's all any of us can do.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in live to the IWM broadcast of the IWM Cup Series here on our channel. We appreciate those of you who are out there with us and who watch, whether you do it live or you watch it on replay each and every week. We appreciate all of you that do that. And if you could take the opportunity, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and join our growing family. We appreciate you.
Well, first and second have a big jump over the rest of the field, but after that, it tightens up somewhat. You got 4 or 5 seconds in between cars in the next 3 or 4 positions, and then you get back to Walker Thomas and Andrew Pileshi, and they're battling it out back there.
That's an interesting stat there on our tower, Jeff. Matthew Wood is leading, and that's where he started, where he qualified. Garrett Johnston is the interloper. He qualified, back in 15th at the beginning of this race. But Kyle Smalley, he qualified third. He's in third. Justin Lewis qualified fourth. He's in fourth.
Yeah. Yeah, Garrett Johnson looks like he's tied for the biggest mover with Marco Berube. 13 spots he's gained. Both those guys have gained 13.
You're exactly correct.
We'll see what Garrett's going to do. If he's going to try to make it on fuel or if he's going to pit. Laps are winding down now. Only about 6 to go or so. 6 or 7 to go. Ooh, a lot of brake smoke. Back in the field there. 85 locks him up.
Yeah, but that would have been the turn there down pit road, but nope. The 15 stays out.
Yeah.
Maybe he's figured out a way to save some fuel.
Could be. Well, he can afford to save. I mean, he's got a 15-second gap over third place with Kyle Smalley. So, he can run three-quarter throttle for a while here. It's amazing the tricks these drivers use to be able to save fuel. It's lifting early or coasting at times, different things.
Yeah. Pop back over to Matthew Wood, who's leading the field right now. Got 5 seconds, almost 6 seconds over second place Garrett Johnston. And once at that point, it's 21 seconds over third place Kyle Smalley.
Yeah, Garrett Johnson's the only driver in the top 10 that hasn't pitted since the stage break.
Yeah, he's got him and Chuck Van Scoik back here with Jeremy Brown. They're sitting in 11th and 12th. They have not come in yet.
I wish we had fuel gauges we could see for each car.
Yep, that we do not have. And all they've got is fuel pressure on Sunday, right? So they've got a lot of engineers trying to figure out mileage.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, just 5 laps to go left here at Circuit of the Americas here with the IWM Cup Series. Matthew Wood out in front leading. Got that one caution for that stage break. That chewed up 3 laps, but really, except for a little bit of time, Matthew Wood has led so many laps here. We've only had 4 lead changes.
Yeah, some people would say this was kind of a boring race, but I'll tell you, I found it very exciting.
Garrett Johnson is on pit road.
There we go. That ends the mystery. If he was trying to save or not save, he has still had to come.
Well, will he come down and just take fuel?
I would think so with only, 4 laps to go. Let's see here.
Just fuel.
Yep.
6.28 second stop. which is going to put him out somewhere still in the top 5. That's Jared Wishing there. That's currently shown in 5th. The 15 of Garrett Johnson comes out in 4th.
Yeah, and
That's
they're
not
able to hold on to that.
Yeah, that's not a bad strategy.
No, not at all. If you know you can't win, don't have the fuel to win, then make a strategy that's going to get you out as far forward as you can.
And Jared Wishing there in the 17, he did not take fresh tires when he pitted on lap 31. So, he's on older tires as well. So that plays into Garrett Johnson's advantage there. Be able to hold on to that lead. But right now, Matthew Wood out in front with 4 laps to go. And he's just picking off the field here.
Yeah. Got a 25-second lead right now. That's amazing.
A couple of drivers on pit road with some damage. 23 of Chuck Van Scoik is on pit road. He's got a meatball showing. He's got some damage on that 23 Ford. As well as David Watts with the 54 Chevy. He's got some damage on that car trying to get repaired.
Jared Wishing, though, I'll tell you what, for old tires, he's holding his own on Garrett Johnson. He's only down a half a second. And with the tire difference those guys have, that's pretty good.
Justin Lewis is trying to get up to the 51 of Kyle Smalley, but there's a gap. Matthew Wood has got a 26-second advantage over second place Smalley. Kyle Smalley's got a just about a 3.5-second gap over Justin Lewis.
And then Garrett Johnson's back another 9 seconds. That's going to be tough to make up with only a couple laps to go. So,
well, Justin Lewis has an opportunity there. He can see Kyle Smalley in his windshield as he goes through some of these turns. However, there's just 2 laps to go.
Yep.
And he's got the 8 in front of him. He's going to get past the 8. Which he just did. That 8 is Maurice Burnett, who's back there actually in 22nd. He's a lap or so down.
Yeah, he did a nice job at getting out of the way and not being a factor.
Absolutely. And Maurice is actually 2 laps down.
Yeah, we're now down to 17 cars on the lead lap. Jordan Weaver in that 45 Toyota is the last car on the lead lap, and then Aaron Jackson with Goat Racing Diecast is first car lap down. And then that just changed, if my timing and scoring's right. Just
What's that?
A huge jump. Now it looks like Maxwell Caldwell's the last car on the lead lap.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, Max is currently in 14th, and he's the last car. And unfortunately, I think he just went by him. Oh, no, that was somebody else. Well, here comes the white flag. White flag has flown here. 1 lap to go. Close out this event here at COTA. Matthew Wood has led. Oh, a lot of laps.
And he's still running hard. His brake rotors were glowing going through 1.
This race is 48 laps long. He's led 34 of them.
Wow.
He's just got a handful of corners left to close this out. We'll stick with Matthew as he works his way through the final corners here at COTA, here in the IWM Cup Series. But looks like the 21 is going to bring home victory here.
And wagging the tail there.
Oh, and really, win it all. He won the stage. He'll win the race. He was on the pole. Has led the most laps.
That's about the most perfect day you can have.
That's all you can win from a points perspective. That's for darn sure.
Yep. Great run. He put on a clinic tonight.
Absolutely.
Finishes with about a 29 second lead over second place. Kyle Smalley in second, Justin Lewis third, Garrett Johnson fourth, Jared Wishon fifth, unofficially.
Matthew Wood takes the checkered flag, but there's a lot of folks behind him that have got to close it out.
Yeah, and it's going to take him a while to get there.
It will, absolutely. Doing his burnout. He's not going to make it back if he burns the those tires off. As Matthew celebrates around this this track. All right, we're still waiting for the official update on all the results. Oh, they're finally popping in. As Matthew continues to burn it all down, let's go ahead and bring us the results of today's event.
There you see it. Matthew Wood comes home the winner. Led 34 laps. Kyle Smalley is in second. Justin Lewis in third. Garrett Johnson is in fourth. Jared Wishon in fifth. Andrew Pileshi in sixth. Austin Call seventh. Lilith Peters made a great rebound there for eighth spot. Walker Thomas in ninth. And Zach Lindgren in 10th spot.
Aiden Lucas finishes in 11th, Ty Bostic in 12th, Michael Anthony in 13th, Maxwell Caldwell in 14th with Jeremy Brown in 15th, J.R. Houston finishes in 16th, Jordan Weaver in 17th, Aaron Jackson in 18th, Christoph Hall in 19th, and Zach Ward in 20th. Waiting for the
hard charger award for the night. Marco Berube made up 13 spots driving for United Motorsports. Let's go back to the running order. 21st, Bud Shearer. Maurice Burnett, 22nd, followed by Nathan Yarnell, Justin Horton, Marco Berube, Charles Van Schaik, Casey Heschel, Roberto Ramirez, David Watson 29th, and Brian Jones in 30th.
Luke Bullard finishes in 31st with Cody Sturgill in 32nd, Pete Woodrum in 33rd, William Corinne 34th, Alex Linney 35th, Sammy Harrell 36th with Matthew Greichen 37th, and Marcus Adams in 38th. So there you have it. We've got their finish. Again, most laps, fastest lap, pole, all by your winner, Matthew Wood. Let's go ahead and bring in Justin Lewis into the broadcast booth. Justin, congratulations on your third place finish. Man, this was a challenging race today.
You got that right. I am not good at going right and left unless it's on dirt. So I will take third all day long. This feels like a win. If we didn't have a real life SVG, I feel like I had a decent shot to win this race with if the pit cycle played out. I didn't catch Kyle jumping us on that pit cycle. So I'll take third. I kind of closed in and closed in and closed in. Then I just died. Like the run just kind of died out, and that was it. So all in all, it was a fun race. I got a little aggressive there for a little bit in that group, which was, well, it was terrifying because I was waiting to be the victim in that. But I will take P3 more ways than one. I had 2 spins after that freaking the deal before the stage caution. I tried to kind of push it and then got sideways on some tires and saved that one, but then the next one I spun, so I was like, that's super cool. So luckily we stayed out and recovered, and surprisingly those tires hung on after that stage, and we kind of got away from it, and just getting in a rhythm was the big thing. Like I couldn't get in a rhythm, and finally I got in the rhythm and got rolling. So yeah, I'll take third. I don't get to talk to you boys a lot like I wish I did. I feel like there's been a lot of races last year we should have been up here, and hopefully after Daytona at least we turn it around at Atlanta with like a 5th or something, and we're 3rd here. So if we keep getting better, there's only one place better or 2 more places to go. So
Yep, absolutely.
We'll get there.
Good
Well,
deal.
again, congratulations on your third place finish. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, hopefully I'll T Merkel out there. I think he's in Florida. He's partying like he's 21, I guess. You know, the old man had a sub tonight. I don't know how Lilith did for him, but
Lilith finished in 8th and got at least 1 stage point. So
there we go.
Yeah.
See, so that's probably like a win for Todd. He probably don't even know what happened. He was probably drinking, seeing his car up there. So shout out to Todd, 1320. Andrew for putting up some sessions just kind of to get us rolling as a group. Max for putting up a top 15 after he was really hating this race. He's kind of like me. Usually we don't like these road courses, but we have to deal with them. And Austin Call for, I guess I can't claim him actually in this league. I forgot. I can't claim him.
Yep.
He's not our teammate, but yeah,
hard racing.
That one for the pointers on the road course racing, since he is the defending winner from here. So
that's right.
There we go.
Well, thanks again, and good luck. We'll see you next week in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, We'll see. We'll see how Phoenix goes, boys. Hopefully, I'm back up here again.
Sounds great. All right, that's your
Good
third
deal.
place finisher. That's Justin Lewis. We'll bring in our second place finisher. Let's get Kyle Smalley in here. Here he is. Kyle, congratulations. Man, tough course here at COTA, that's for sure.
Yeah, thanks. Y'all got to start shortening these road course races. I'm sweating through my shirt.
Well, NASCAR did that for us. They took a little bit off this track, made it a bit more drivable this year.
Yeah, I don't know if I could have done that many laps on the full course.
Wow, crazy.
Oh boy, yeah.
So go ahead, Jeff.
I was just going to say you were back in the thick of it there quite a bit tonight, Kyle. Tell us about some of those battles that were going on.
Yeah, Austin on that first part of the run before the stage break was on my butt the entire time, so that was a lot of fun battling with him. And then I thought that maybe more people would flip the stage, but like I think only 3 or 4 cars did that, so that really didn't help me out. So I should have stayed out and got stage points, to be honest. But and then yeah, I was hoping that Matthew would get caught behind cars, but that didn't happen. So I mean, taking a P2 with this competition at road courses, I'll take it.
Well, yeah, you got the second place finish here. You didn't. You wound up just out of contention in 11th for stage points, but still, I'd take second any day here at COTA.
Yeah, still a good points day.
Absolutely. Well, any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, everybody at Balls Out Racing, diecast fans for being on the car, Elite Designs for making me this Texas themed car. I'm obviously going to run it for this race and the Texas race, but probably more often throughout the season because I just like it so much.
Looks good. Yeah, sharp.
Yeah, you guys for broadcasting, Elliot for doing the league, and then that's about it.
All right. Well, there's your second place finisher here. That's Kyle Smalley coming home here at COTA. Good luck, and we'll see you in Phoenix.
Appreciate it, guys. Looking forward to it.
Got it. Well, with that, we'll bring in our winner into this race. That's Matthew Wood coming home, leading as much as he did. Matthew, congratulations on your finish and your win.
Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of fun out there.
Well, we talked to you a little bit right there at that stage break. You had a plan. You talked about your previous experiences. It clearly paid off.
Oh yeah, the experience definitely paid off. To be honest with you, I was talking to Kyle. I am absolutely tired of this racetrack. I've ran like 100 laps here in just racing, not alone practice. I'm tired of it, but I love road racing. Like I said, I had more of a strive to be better this race. Back in 2022, about a day, it's been a year and a day since I lost my grandmother, who is my best friend, and then her visitation was on the day last year that my then best friend, my grandpa, passed.
Oh
So
gosh.
this week has pushed me further to do better than I think I ever have. And the thing is, I was thinking about it, and I don't know who needs to hear this, but I was thinking about it. Without so many bad times, the good times would never feel as good as they do. And that's, cliche and whatnot, but without anything, to have nothing, there's nothing to strive for. Without tough times, there's no heartbreak, there's no learning experiences. And that's not to say that the world is full of bad things, but it's a push to go forward. It's not going to last forever. I know that. And I know that that's what they would want me to think. But it's also pushed me to be the best that I can, and no matter where I am. And it's a lot of fun, really, doing this kind of thing is, and being able to do what I do on a weekly basis is something that I've been blessed with, and I thank the Lord for every week. And because a lot of people don't get to do this.
Yep, great attitude.
Well, congratulations on your success today. Of course, next week we start our West Coast swing and head to Phoenix.
Yeah, I like Phoenix personally. I guess it's just that kind of sharper corners. I know we have Martinsville here a couple weeks. It's a couple weeks out still yet, but the whole West Coast swing, I'm decent at it. Again, I just got to get practice in. I got to make sure I do what I need to do, and I've won one oval so far. That was Chicago, so I'm hopefully going to get the second oval win here in the coming weeks.
Sounds great. Any shout outs tonight?
Horse Outlier, my opinion, it's not opinion, but we have the best setups on iRacing. That's who I was running with on a Saturday when I ran the 90 laps, and yeah, thank you guys for doing an incredible job. Everybody on track for being super respectful. Thank everybody who supported me. Thank the Lord for what He's done for me. Sending Jesus down for all of us, and Goat Locker and everybody. That's incredible deals, and we'll go on and hopefully get Goat Racing another win.
Sounds great. Well, there's your winner, folks. Matthew Wood takes it home here at COTA. Congratulations, Matthew. We'll see you next week.
See y'all.
All right, Jeff. Great event here tonight here at COTA. Some great running with these guys. Any parting thoughts?
I would just say COTA did not disappoint. There was a lot of action taking place, maybe not as much at the lead, at the front, But boy, back in the pack, you had some real battles going on all race long. I got to see Matthew Wood put on a clinic on how to road race. I thought one of the guys earlier said it best, the real life Van Ginsberger, and I thought that was fitting. And it was a great race all around. I loved it.
Absolutely. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in tonight to the IWM Cup Series here at COTA. Tomorrow night, we will be bringing you the INRS Racing Series. They will be at Phoenix. You'll catch Jeff and myself just around the same time, around 8:45 or so Eastern Standard Time. But for Jeff and myself, we thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, folks.